You know, when Doom The Dark Ages came out, people said this was the easiest and slowest modern Doom game, and all I have to say about that is
wrong! Fucking wrong! You're so fucking wrong!
what these folks didn't realize is that there's this whole difficulty sliders page, which you can ramp up each slider to its max difficulty and simulate what it feels like to try to shave with a screwdriver. Welcome to Max Sliders. Here's how it works. Permanent Adderall mode. How fast Jimmy John's delivers your sandwiches.
So do you always deliver fast? I always deliver fast.
Set that shit lower than the value of the German mark after World War I. God damn, they got wrecked. You feel like you're pairing with the medium shield in Elden Ring. Insulting a demon probably stuns them longer than actually, staggering them in the game. We're gonna set that shit so high you feel like you're in Oakland.
I'm in danger!
But I'm not done yet!
Now the following settings, they make me contemplate auto-defenestration. You might as well just, use
Emotional damage!
instead of bullets. Same amount of damage you take when looking in the mirror.
Boom. Roasted.
Set this so that one-shot protection occurs as frequently as Haley's comment. Set this to I just hate myself. I'll explain why I hate this thing. Fuck this slider. Moving on. Now, there are some psychos who've been doing various encounters, levels, hell, even full runs on max sliders, so I decided, hey, you know what? Why don't I just join the crazy squad over here and see how bad this would be? However, we're gonna follow something called ACE Plus. Stands for All Combat Encounters Plus. What the fuck does that mean? Well, all combat encounters marked with a red skull mark, you gotta complete those. Anything that would block progression, you gotta complete those combat encounters as well. And we'll add in a couple extra plus items here, like Gore Nest encounters, you gotta complete those. Don't cheese with Berserk, which as a 100% speedrunner, god, I'm gonna hate this. Encounters basically that I consider interesting, we're gonna have to complete. That's basically the gist of this. Are these arbitrary rules? Yes. Is it an official category for Dark Ages speedruns? No. Do I care? No. Should you just watch this video? Yes. Like and subscribe, by the way. Let's begin the stupidity now. First level, Village of Khim. Not his village, or his. Although this is the first level in the game, it's probably one of the hardest in this mode, due to the lack of the weapon variety and not being able to throw your shield like an aggressive ultimate frisbee player. First arena introduces to our friend in this run, the Shield Bash. Basically Sonic, if he decided to be a destructive bowling ball of death. Not only does it hurtle you towards your enemy at hyper speed, but since your shield is up, you're blocking damage while on the way to kick some ass. Or at least I think so. I don't know, I'm not an expert. While we get our first friend in this arena, we also get introduced to some of the funniness that comes along with the 50% damage dealt the demon setting. Usually when you play this game and you slam down on the ground from any height, that is basically from one large rock to a fucking 2 stories, the hippopotamus booty cheeks of the Slayer usually wipe out every demon on the ground. However, that isn't necessarily the case on these settings, and they just all get stunned by his magnificent butt. However, we'll get back to this, we can utilize this. After learning how to basically click right and left mouse buttons, we move on to our first tanky boy, the Mr. Imp Stalker. Honestly, this guy is less dangerous than regular imps due to their heat-seeking fireball projectiles and stupid wall attacks. After some intra-demon compositions, we finally get our savior for Khim, the Gauntlets. Not only do they give you ammo when you Mike Tyson someone in the face, or ass, hey, I ain't judging. One full melee combo is enough to wipe out the Imp Stalkers, even in this setting, so you best believe that we're gonna use that shit as much as possible. First, actual arena time. Remember when I said this? The hippopotamus booty cheeks of the Slayer usually wipe out every demon on the ground. However, that isn't necessarily the case on these settings, and they just all get stunned by his magnificent butt. 1 ground slam isn't enough. However, 2, now we're cooking. If only arenas in this game had enough small vertical variations to explore, you get the gist. Although our plan seems airtight, this arena introduces me the first instance of how broken 500% damage is. Look at my health and armor here. Seems relatively fine, right? Yeah, clearly not enough. First lesson of max sliders, and the most important lesson of max sliders. Fodder suck hard. Round 2. We'll stick with our previous strategy, but this time we make sure to continue to circle the arena, because in the end of the day, this game is an arena shooter. So all you do is you circle the arena, pick your opportunities to slap the shit out of the enemy, rinse and repeat. Tighten the circle as you get more comfortable, and bada bing bada boom, we're done. That's sort of the gist of this entire game. End of video. Done. Okay, Fine, it's a little bit more complicated. After dealing with some ammo economy problems on these 3 dingleberries, Jesus fucking Christ, we solve an aggressive plumbing problem and get to the parry tutorial. Cool thing about parries in this game, they refill your melee bar, so you can just turn this game into Rocky Simulator. Next, we meet the demonic Thomas the Tank Engine. Pinky Rider. The Rider, honestly, not that big of a deal. The Pinky also isn't too big of an issue. Just be careful of the bite attack. That's pretty nasty. But if you just keep your distance, honestly, this enemy isn't that big of an issue. One nice strat is to parry a projectile, and when the Pinky Rider is stunned, go for a triple melee combo, get your ammo back, beat the shit out of them, win-win. We have some platforming, we get the blue key, and now we're onto the open area of Khim. We got 4 Gornets, a new weapon to pick up. Let's start. In this first arena, this is a good time to showcase a particular mechanic. See how my shield got broken? Yeah, scariest shit in this mode. However, when this happens, what should you do? Should you A, stand and fight? No. What you do is you turn your back on the enemy and run away like a little bitch. You see, although this game promotes stand and fight, thanks Hugo, you do take significantly less damage from behind than you do from the front. The amount of damage you take varies. In some cases, as you can see here, it could be 25% reduction in damage, or it's 25% or 33% of the intended damage, or in other cases, you straight up survive shots that you generally would have died to if you were looking at the enemy. I'm not a fucking mathematician, nor am I a game developer, but I'll tell you this shit works. It's great, and we're going to use it for max sliders. Also, pro tip, you can parry while your back is facing an enemy. Ain't that fun? Pinky Rider down, it's first arena complete. We got 3 more to go. Next arena, more of the same, using the barrels to nuke some imp stalkers when possible, and we're done there too. Before arena number 3, we get our next weapon, the spiky machine gun. This weapon is going to become our friend very soon, but for now it's just great for basically peppering your enemies from far away. After practicing a bit on the Pinky Rider, we cautiously complete the next arena. And boom, 1 left to go. Nothing really new with arena number 4, but it looks like I had brief amnesia regarding what the right click on my mouse does, and ate a Pinky Rider shot straight to the face. So that was fun. After learning how my fingers work, we dispatched these pesky cretins, and there we go, 4 out of 4 arenas complete. On to the final arena for Khim. Same strategies as before, circle the arena, ram into fodder when possible, take melee combos against stalkers when possible, and use the barrels for free nuclear damage. It was going well until one of the fodder soldiers reminded me it was time to do some rate training, and I took a dumbbell straight to the face. Remember, fodder suck hard. Try number 2, we decide to avoid the platitude of weightlifting advice, like that one guy in the gym who always thinks your form is wrong. And we're down to our final Pinky Rider trio. After using our favorite show your ass to the enemy strat, after our shield breaks the umpteenth time in a row, and a couple of bowling ball ramming sessions, what do you know? We've completed all the arenas at the first level. Thank fuck, we are done. And we totally didn't almost die in the turret section. Awesome. Yep, beautiful. Yep, moving on. That's the first level. There are a total of 22 levels in this fantastic game. We're probably not going to be covering all of them in this video. Spoiler alert. So we're going to do this in parts. How many parts will there be? I don't know, okay? Just watch the video and enjoy my misery. Oh god. Before we continue, there's something I need to explain that's really fucky about this game. Let's say you're playing max sliders and you decide to exit the game, because, this game's super long. When you restart the game, your max slider save will always set this particular setting back to normal. Why, you may ask? I don't know. Is it annoying? Fuck yes. Did it make me have to redo all my footage for this video? Fuck my life. Now that we know that issue, let's talk about Hebeth. First things first, you might be wondering, hey Umbra, like previous Doom games, they had chainsaws and shit, right? Where are they in this game? Well, Mr. Extremely Observant Viewer, in this game, the chainsaw is attached to your fucking metal pan of death. Okay. And on the current patch, this shield can be thrown real fast, so you can get this happen.
I'm joking! Stop!
I think you see where I'm going with this. So every one-on-one heavy fight now is basically trivial, because you can spam this shield so fast, you're turning the game into Dance Dance Revolution for them demons. After clearing out some corridors, which aren't really needed to be completed, but I was doing them for some reason, because I was bored. I honestly don't know why I was doing this. I clear them out, move on, after getting puzzled briefly on the concept of verticality. We get introduced to our next friend, Ronnie Coleman. Jay Cutler? Phil Heath. Chris Bumstead for sure. Shit, who the fuck is this guy? Hell Knight. Yeah, well, he doesn't really stand a chance with our spam the shield at the enemy strategy. After liberating Gold's gym, we move on, collect some gold, and right, gold. So that's new with this level. There's gold. It's shiny. You buy shit with it at these little mobile Walmart stations. And the first thing we're buying is a Ricochet. This thing is gorgeous. Basically, it's like outsourcing Doom Edition. You can do more damage than you with you having to not have to aim. Isn't that fun? Moving on through some more boring corridors, blah blah, we get to our first fight where we could use Ricochet, but honestly, this encounter isn't even that interesting. But you do see it briefly show up when I get smacked to low HP.
No, don't do it!
But let's see the next arena and see how it works there. We get introduced to our next demon, the Big Chungus, the opposite, if you will, of Mr. Bodybuilding.com subscriber over here. And he doesn't survive the spam metal pen at enemy strategy either. But once again, these heavies spawn, and here we go. Let's Ricochet. Beautiful. Clears out all the pesky fodder, which again, remember, fodder suck hard. But when they target a heavy, oh, sweet damage. Rinse and repeat, and the arena is over. We get our next gun, the discount plasma gun, and for now it's okay, but it'll get better on the next level. Extra DPS is obviously welcome, and we get to practice our shield spam now with the accelerator now instead. After being a bit puzzled on where some of the demons went in this corridor, we move into the open arena of this level, and oh god, outside isn't any better. Jesus Christ, what is going on in this story? Now, after trying to do a shield charge boost, which is some speedrun tech, I realized I had changed my keybinds before recording this, forgot about it like a dumbass, and we progress on foot like a normie. Awesome. We get to the next arena, and dead. Unfortunate timing with the mantle, crossed with good old Imp Stalker projectile. Alright, well, next time is much cleaner, and with Ricochet shield charging like a boss, and slightly less panic running around the arena, it's clear. At the next Walmart, we grab our first accelerator upgrade for some extra DPS when the gun is charged up, and we get our first shield upgrade. Which brings us to, what are we going to do with all these upgrades? Well, here's our The idea first is going to be to upgrade our damage situation so that we can, actually fight back against the demons instead of hitting them with wet sponges. Once we have that at least workable, we'll focus on upgrading that shield to the max so we can actually survive shield breaks, since those are going to be happening a shit ton. And finally, after doing all that, we can go back to actually focusing on our damage increase, especially the gauntlets, which you'll see why later, and all the weapons that we are going to be using for the run going forward. Sound good? Cool. We're moving on. Final arena time. And, I keep forgetting these fodder hit harder than a freight train. After getting clapped by the stupid nightmare Imp Stalker plus his friend Dumbass, we try again. And after some Ricochet, generally fucking around for ammo, shield charge boost, and some really sketchy melee combos, which, for the record, don't do them. Don't do these. Don't do it at this time. Wait for the enemy to stagger. Don't just go YOLO Mech Swag and try to punch it in the face. It's not gonna end well. But I get lucky, we get the clear, we move on. Barrier core. Rant time. Okay, so you won't see it on full fucking display here, but you know the slider right here? Atlan Perfect Dodge Window? Yeah, this thing is surprisingly ass. At least to me, okay? And before I go into the deep rant, just a heads up. This could definitely be a skill issue, but I don't know. This makes the dodge window tighter, which for melee attacks usually isn't that bad. But besides this extremely lucky dodge that you see here, Jesus subliminal Christ, this slider plus any ranged attack from, for example, these cyborg fucking titans is straight dookie cheeks. Like, my god. Again, this is probably a skill issue on my part, but my god, there seems to be something off with the slider, or my brain just cannot comprehend it. And you'll see later on in the game when we get to a certain tentacle enthusiast that it is straight dookie cheeks. But at least in this level, it's not too bad. We do sadly die due to it on one enemy really near to the end, but whatever. You deal with the final guy. It's a pretty short level, it's straightforward. Just, don't be a dumbass, I guess, and fuck the slider. Cool? Okay, Barrack core, moving on. Let's go to something more interesting. Barracks. Now, if we compare this level to one from, say, like Doom Eternal, it definitely feels like the Cultist base and Doom Hunter base kind of combined level and experience. Similar to the cultist-based loop for Ultra Nightmare runs and Eternal, this level acts as kind of the first sort of early game make or break milestone for a run. As the demon composition gets ramped up with the introduction of armored Mancubus, generally more spicy encounters, and we get our first boss, just like Doom Hunter base, for example, in Doom Eternal. New weapon now, Skull Crusher. Metal as fuck, but gonna be honest, not really our go-to weapon for now. However, this opening arena, we're not going inside. Remember the first rule, fodder suck hard. With that, and learning from a Hebeth, I decided to just stay the fuck outside and chuck my metal frisbee until that arena was clear. Fuck the demon soldiers, fuck their weightlifting advice, don't want to deal with it. The cool thing is, the demons will actually funnel towards you, so it's pretty easy to clear them out. Get some bonus ticks for the challenge. Mission challenges, that's a new thing. They get introduced in this level. And for the early levels, we're definitely going to do all of them, because they give some nice bonuses, which we can definitely use on our what is it called? Walmart stations. This level's mission challenges are literally do your job 40 times, execute some MMA combos, and collect some shiny shit. Honestly, not even really challenges. So let's continue. First open arena, and we can technically skip past this, but again, I decided that I was bored for some dumb reason and cleared out the enemies, and I stare at this Mancubus for too long.
My name is Jeff.
Alright, discount Thunderdome time, and okay, this one is fun. After getting what I can only explain as an experience that should be on a certain website, I get a reminder what setting I'm playing on and decided to take it a bit more, how should I say, intellectually focused. Meaning I just ran around the circle like a screaming lunatic using Ricochet when possible and shield bashing Hell Knights when possible. So, yeah, but hey, at least we got the melee challenge done. Now, after introducing bodybuilders to actual C4 instead of the stupid pre-workout, we moved to the next closed arena where again, to the power of Ricochet, metal pan bashing, and our new Skull Crusher gun, we cleared out with little to no issues. Now we get to our new mod, the Impaler. And man, when this game first came out, this mod was fucking sick. And don't get me wrong, it's still fantastic. But I love Ricochet more for this setting. Sorry, but not sorry. Who knows? Maybe I'll change later. You never know.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
This arena should just be called Ricochet's Playground, because my god, there's not really much focus combat you need to do here if you use Ricochet. You can just auto clear out fodder with Ricochet, especially that stupid stone imp army that spawns in, and all you have to do is just be careful of that stupid nightmare boy who can blend in with the dark atmosphere at the arena, and you're good to go. Spartan kick some enemies, and we're clear. Easy peasy. Walmart time! This is where we're going to buff up our damage and get ourselves more situated. Next two upgrades for the accelerator get us an upgrade to tighten the accelerator spread, which ends up helping with the charge buildup, and we get the fart blast. Oh, I'm sorry. Heat blast. Okay, let's be real. It's the same fucking thing, okay? Like, come on. You're telling me you don't think of a fart sound anytime this gun goes off? I wonder if somebody's modded that. This thing is going to be nice for us in early game. Nice AoE damage, and if you kill demons with it, it gives you ammo. Ain't that nifty? Add that with the first upgrade we got, and we'll just be farting like we had Taco Bell for breakfast.
I'm gonna be
lunch,
eating
and
Taco
dinner.
Bell
God
every
damn.
hour.
Hashtag Suryat, are you okay? Time to test it out. This open arena honestly isn't too bad, but my brain was not working, to be honest. After face tanking some damage, which was honestly completely unnecessary, we get bitch slapped by a soldier and die. And again, fodder, say it with me, fodder suck hard. After slapping myself a bit, we're back at it again, and this time it goes a little bit more, oh for fuck. After getting some fresh air, we're back at it, and after playing a lot more carefully, getting smacked to low health ones, we clean up the arena. See, it's not that bad. I just needed some fresh air, okay? Which this run will make you want all the time, because it's ass. Moving on. After, again, forgetting how to do a SCB, I can speedrun, okay? I know how to speedrun, calm down. We get to the final Walmart, upgrade our shield some more, and it's time for ugly-ass Spider-Man and, oh god, okay. This guy, die within like 15 seconds, and we get stuck in this loop. I'm gonna be honest, I need to practice this boss a little bit more. So on this setting, this motherfucker is tanky. He's got some stupid acid traps, so it's hard for you to move around and get nice positions for damage. But after contemplating my life existence with a couple more deaths, we finally do get some sort of a working strategy. Just circling the outside ring of the arena, taking some pot shots, You use the Mancubus for ricochet damage, and only taking certain parries. Like the column attack parry, that one's pretty safe, but I tried to stay away from those spurious single shot kind of shotgun attacks. It's definitely not fast and it's not the most efficient, but honestly, after a good chunk of time, it gets the job done. In the future, might try out using Impaler here, because you could maybe get the ammo back, but I don't know. That's something for me to figure out later. And that brings us up to the end of what I call the introduction to Doom the Dark Ages on Max Sliders. In the next part, we'll get to play with some new toys and mechanics while also contemplating more auto defenestration. Editing this video has taken me quite a while, so okay, I'm done with this video, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, like and subscribe, or whatever folks say. Do not miss the next installment of How to Beat Doom the Dark Ages' hardest difficulty, but it's not a guide. I'm proud. Bye.